Welcome to Cage Minds. Mike Frankel ahead of APFC 19, July 27th. Interviews are brought to you by our friends at Dubby. Keep up with the energy with them. 10% off with the checkout code Cage Minds, and get the hair done at Barber, Gabe's Fades here in Albuquerque, New Mexico at Lobo Plaza. Might need to go get a little tying up real quick. For our guest at this time, who, Shystie?
Yes,
Brendan
sir.
Johnson? Wait, Shystie? I don't know how that becomes a nickname.
It started back in high school during my football days. There's like a joke that I became a rapper, and it was like right around the same time that the rapper Shystie came up. And so they started calling me that, and so it went on with that. The full thing is B Shystie, but it's like Shystie for short. That's what a lot of people know me as.
So is it a persona, or is it just a nickname? Like, you really got bars?
It's just a nickname. I don't got bars. It was all a joke.
You're supposed to say knee bars and arm bars.
Yeah, you know, arm bars, you know, last that grappling event. You know,
Exactly, we
were able
saw.
to get one.
Entering from where we saw you grappling to an MMA fight coming up July 27th, your amateur journey here with Nobody's Villains. How long have you been here? How long have you been training?
I like messed around as a kid a long time ago, and then like I came in here, really started taking it serious after I started doing jiu-jitsu about 2 years ago. Yeah, that's when I really started taking it seriously. Like, it was kind of right after or towards the end of my high school career. I just kind of I was looking to compete, and I found this and fell in love with fighting. So I didn't grow up wrestling or anything like that, but I love to compete, and so this is where I found myself.
What led you over to starting jiu-jitsu?
It was kind of, I would actually come in here and I'd like just mess around and hit the bag, and then this guy Anthony, he told me to come train jiu-jitsu with them to try it out, and I tried it out and thought it was pretty cool, and I was like, hey, let me do the whole thing, you know. And then so that's when I started up with John.
So how has the devotion, the thought process towards the sport changed from coming in here to mess around to kind of take it pretty seriously if you're taking fights and competing now?
Yeah, it was like kind of like I always like needed something to like keep me out of trouble, you know, and like something to work towards. And then I just like fell into a world of martial arts, and I just fell in love with it all. And so now I'm just completely obsessed, and I haven't looked back since.
Was there a surprise to falling into this journey?
Kind of. Like a lot of people, they're like Brendan is fighting? Like what? Like you know, and it kind of surprised myself too, to be honest with you, because I didn't. This was never like super in the plan. Like I always told my parents, like, oh, I want to be a boxer when I grow up, you know, like just kind of as like a little thing, you know. But I never thought about actually fighting for real. And then I ended up starting to actually fight. So.
What have the feelings been going to action, things being live? How's that felt?
It's crazy. That's what keeps me coming back is the fights, you know. Like the training obviously sucks, you know. you got to do a lot of hard things and like weight cuts and stuff, but the feeling of fighting somebody, it's not like anything else. And when you're in there, it's like it just feels like it's your time to shine. And I love being in that spotlight.
What are your thoughts? Upcoming fight you're preparing?
This fight, I wanted to make sure I was having my head right, because I feel like my last couple fights I've been kind of lacking like beating myself up mentally a little bit in a way, and then but I feel like I kind of got back on my feet with that grappling competition, and then so now I'm here and I'm confident and I'm feeling really good.
I'm sure the coaches instill this in you. You need to be concerned about how you're doing and care about it, but you can't get over wrapped up in it, because you need to feel the process is the biggest, the consistent improvements. Yeah, you always have to just come in here and train. You know, you can't sit around feeling sorry for yourself after a loss. You know, I lost to Isaiah Garcia, a very good grappler, but I quickly found out I couldn't just wallow in that. You know, I had to just charge it to the game and just take it as a lesson, and hopefully beat people of that caliber eventually, you know, and especially even in their own grappling game. July 27th, we're at Isleta Resort and Casino. What do you need to do to be proud of your performance?
Honestly, I'm already proud of myself fighting and being in here and doing this. You know, this is something that not a lot of people do. And to be proud of myself, honestly, I just need to go out there and not quit. Like that's my whole thing. Like getting submitted, I felt like I sort of maybe quit a little bit, but if you've watched any of my other fights, you'll know there's no quit in me.
See you guys at Isleta, July 27th.